So, Nonsense in the Media, Chapter 2. This came around kind of quickly. I thought it might take me a few weeks to compile some more things from the media that really annoyed me, but I got like 6. Should we just get on with it? So, The Times, a relatively reputable British broadsheet newspaper, last week printed this. Why we're all Lidl class now. You can see my dad's already made some annotations. He's underlined it about 6 times and said, no, see me. We're not all anything, right? This is a sort of, advertorial about the budget supermarket Lidl, which has apparently increased its market share amongst posh people by offering, whole lobsters for under £6 and all this sort of nonsense. Right, I've got no particular problem with them printing what is essentially an advert as editorial. But what really annoys me is this just confusing the general with the specific. We're not all Lidl class. That's just not true. I don't shop at Lidl. Maybe you don't shop at Lidl. Lots of people aren't Lidl class. I know it's just rhetorical, but it's stupid. It even says in the article, not everyone gets the Lidl experience. My foodie friend Anna prefers online shopping. So it's even there in the article. You know it's not all Lidl. It's stupid. But the media do this all the time. They do it on radio phone-ins. They'll say like, 51% of uni graduates are female. Are boys lagging behind? Why don't boys go to university? Well, 49% of them do, that's not proof. And then someone will ring up and say, my boy goes to university, thank you very much, he's doing very well. And they go, oh, well, that proves it the other way. Maybe boys do go to university after all. And then someone will ring up and go, my daughter's girls, blah, 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 blah. It's just nonsense. There's a difference between anecdotal evidence and inductive reasoning. Must try harder. Actually, there's another thing that really annoys me about this article. The sentence, meanwhile, my sister Vanessa says it would take a big shake-up at the other supermarkets to prize her away from Lidl. Sounds fine, okay, but how do you think they spell prize? P-R-I-Z-E. There's a different word. They meant P-R-I-S-E, which means to prize away. They said prize like a prize. Here's a prize. You don't get a prize for shoddy sub-editing. And I'm not some sort of grammar Nazi. I wouldn't mind the occasional mistake, but they actually employ people to go through articles checking for spelling, punctuation and grammar. They're called sub-editors. That's their whole job. Because these things are written quickly. It's a daily newspaper, so they have somebody whose specific job it is to go through and check for things like that, and they've just ignored it. Just morons. I don't know what the point is. For an interesting and amusing extension on the subject of sub-editors, I've linked in the description to a letter written a few years ago by Giles Corran when his sub-editors did a particularly poor job on one of his articles. He didn't find it especially funny. It's well worth a read. But far worse than sloppiness when it comes to spelling, punctuation and grammar is sloppiness when it comes to facts and accuracy. This week, the American entertainment news website E! Online published an article about Ian Watkins, the lead singer of Lost Prophets, who has admitted various child sex offences. And they illustrated said article with this lovely picture of Ian Watkins, the singer from the band Steps. It's a different person! Same name, different people. And I knew it was going to happen. I knew as soon as I heard the story Ian Watkins from Steps, he's going to get dragged into this, isn't he, poor guy? Isn't he? I knew it was going to happen, but I was still surprised. I was still like, oh my god, they haven't. Oh! Essentially what's happened is somebody's been asked to find a picture to go with the article. They've just gone on Google Images, gone Ian Watkins, maybe Ian Watkins musician, and they've just put the wrong picture on it. Why? There's just no interest whatsoever in finding out if what you're printing is the truth. Lately I've been listening to a lot of the old Ricky Gervais podcasts when he was doing the XFM radio show with Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington, and they were telling a story on one about an article that was written in a British broadsheet newspaper, an interview they did, where Steve Merchant was referred to throughout as Gervais's writing partner, Stephen Mitchell. It's not his name. And if they didn't know his name, why didn't they just ask him his name? It's a bit embarrassing, but much more embarrassing to print the wrong name. Stephen Mitchell. Why did they think it was Mitchell? Who told them it was Mitchell? And another thing, they said The Office, the programme that they made, was set in Swindon. It's not set in Swindon, it's set in Slough. And all they've done is just ask someone, oh, where's The Office set again? Oh, Swindon, isn't it? That's their research, it's just done. Unbelievable. And again, I'll say, everyone makes mistakes. That's not the point. The point is the total lack of interest, the lack of rigour. If you don't know something to be true, you can't report it as a fact. You can't say Adrian Mole, age 5, if he's actually 13 3/4. If you're not sure, just put the young Adrian Mole. Don't just make stuff up. Whew, I think my heart needs a rest, so thank you for that. I've still got 3 things on the list. I can't talk about them all at once. There's too much stuff. Just try harder, you lot. Try harder.
I am Georgetown.
Thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel. Click the thumbs up icon if you enjoyed this one in particular, because that helps other people to find my stuff. Here's an old video I made a while ago. Click on that for a bit more fun. And down in the description, my social media links, my Twitter and my Tumblr and my WhatsApp, blah, blah, blah. You know the thing.